friends, it is 2 p.m. and this is the first time I have recorded anything. Baby is sleeping. Nova is laying in her bed not sleeping, so in exactly 24 minutes she will come flying out of there like a tornado and his nap will be over, which is why I'm holding him. There's so much I need to get done. The house is a bit of a disaster, but I can't move because he's gonna wake up and be sad. We survived this morning without too many tears. Josiah should be back in about an hour and a half, so that will be helpful. We made it to church, and I got a lot of help from a lot of people. He got really weird while we were there because normally he'll go to sleep in the car on the way there and then sleep for maybe about an hour. He didn't go to sleep till we got there. Then he slept for half an hour, woke up mad, would not eat for like an hour. Finally, I got him to eat right before service, and then I wore him and he took a nap. And he's been fairly happy since then, but still, like, he was awake for like an hour. We got home, he didn't want to eat, refused to eat, and then 20 minutes later, he was starving and like screaming his head off because he was hungry. And I'm like, bro, I have offered you food so many times today. And he's like, no, not until I want it. So my head feels like a bit of a brick, but my throat feels better than yesterday. So I'm hoping I'm past the worst of the cold. I keep saying that and it keeps getting worse. But I'll be glad when bedtime approaches. This last week has kicked my butt. So, yeah, we're just chilling on the couch for another 20 minutes. And then once Nova comes out and wakes him up, then I will try to clean up some of the disaster that's here. And maybe I'll eat some chocolate cake left over from her party yesterday. Is it good? What are you drinking?
Hot chocolate.
Is it magic hot chocolate that changed colors?
Yeah.
It was white and now it's yellow. Little Buck the fire truck lives right down the lane. He's old and slow and right real low. We love him just the same. We love him just the same. We love him just the same. It is 8:30. I'm almost ready to go to bed. Sorry, my voice is not all the way back. Everyone in the house is asleep. I just was getting in a couple rounds on this Christmas hat. I am at the point, I've got one more round to do because I'm halfway through a round. And then I'm going to start the decreases. I am using the sockhead hat pattern, which is a free pattern by Kelly McClure. It's honestly my favorite for fingering weight yarn. I just love it. It's like mindless knitting. It's so easy to do. And I have made 5 or 6 of them, which is pretty impressive considering their fingering weight. So this is my Christmas hat, and I'm about to start the decreases. And then I'll have this much left. I originally was like, maybe I can make socks with the rest of this. But the base that this was dyed on, and I don't know if it was the dye process or just the way the yarn is spun, it's ever so slightly thick and thin. And it's an 80-10-10 blend, I believe. Merino cashmere nylon. And I just don't feel like, I'm not that hard on my socks. I mostly wear them when I'm sleeping because Florida. But I just don't feel like they're going to hold up. Oh, no, there's no cashmere. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. I don't know why I thought there was cashmere in it. But it's a little thick and thin. And I feel like it's just going to get holes in it. So I should not put it in socks. I'll definitely put a little bit in my crochet memories blanket, which I really need to get out and work on. This is more of a life thing, not a crochet thing, but it's affecting my crochet. And my knitting. I just don't have any crojo right now. Like my mojo for crochet and knitting is like non-existent, but also so is my life Joe, if that's a thing. And I know it's because everything has been so difficult, especially this week. I've got a newborn. Well, he's not a newborn anymore. He's 3 months old. He's a giant. When I've got a 3-year-old, her birthday is tomorrow. Oh my God. And, you know, we've all been really sick for 2 months now, almost. And I'm just tired. And I know that it's just a season, and I know it will pass, and everything will fall into place. But I'm feeling like really uninspired. Like, and that's not a place that I like to be in my crafting, because it's one of the things that brings me the most joy in my life. Like, I just love to make things with yarn, and I'm looking at all my projects and they're beautiful, and I want to have that like emotional response to them, and I just don't. And I think it's because I don't have any time or energy to work on them. Like, if I could work on them more, if I was getting some sort of like finishing energy, that it would help. But I don't. Like, I think about my Hecla cardigan and I'm like, oh, so much ribbing, which is literally like 7 rows of ribbing on the body, and then I'll have to do something for the color. But I don't know. It's just, I need that to come back, and I know that it will come back with time. But I made an impulse purchase today, which I swear I never do that. Like, I agonize over buying things for a long time. I do not buy extraneous things without thinking about it extensively. I don't just hit like the buy it now button ever, especially not if it's for me. But there is a cardigan. It's like the Daisy cardigan by All About Ami. And I've been following her for literally so long, when she was just a blog, like years and years and years and years. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you can go to allaboutami.com. She has some of the most beautiful patterns for cardigans, for amigurumis, for blankets, for things like that. And I've actually never made one of her patterns, even though several of them have been in my queue. And she has this pattern for a blanket. It's like the Daisy blanket, I think, that came out last year sometime. And she turned it into a cardigan. And Lion Brand had a big sale on their, like, all their yarn on their website except for the clearance yarn, and it was like 30% off or something, including kits. And so it's a bulky weight cardigan made of Daisy granny squares that are sewn together. Do I need a bulky weight cardigan? Not really. Do I need a pattern to put together a crochet daisy granny square cardigan with bulky weight yarn? Probably not. I'm sure I could figure that out on my own with not a lot of effort. But do I need it mentally? And the answer is yes. Because I know that I will be able to whip out a granny square in a short amount of time, and it will be beautiful and it will be gigantic because it's bulky yarn, and that whole thing is going to work up really fast, and it will give me like a sense of purpose in my crafting. So I don't know, I ordered it. I ordered the kit. I've never even ordered a kit for anything, so it's a weird experience for me. But I know I'll get a little bit of Christmas money coming, which will pay for most of it, because I always get the same amount from someone every year. So I just preemptively spent it a couple weeks early. So that'll arrive sometime, and I will share that with y'all. That was my impulse buy today. I can't believe I did that. I almost like after I ordered it, like I went back an hour later and I was like, I'm going to cancel it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to cancel it. I literally never do this. And it's going to be really pretty when it's done. And if I never wear it, then I'll give it away to someone. The one that she has on her blog is like a blush pink with a white daisy with a yellow center. And I changed it. So it's still a white daisy with a yellow center, but it's going to be like a light turquoise color, because that's much more my style. I love pink, but not blush pink. I want like a neon. They don't have neon hot pink in that yarn. So yeah, that's the yarn that happened today. We ended up having a pretty good afternoon. There's some crazy thunderstorms that came through, and it's supposed to get a little chillier tomorrow. My childcare for 3 hours is back tomorrow morning, which will be a lifesaver. I'm so excited about that. And the baby went to sleep with much, much less fussing than he did last night. In fact, almost none. So I'm really grateful for that. Maybe he's like getting past the hump of whatever brain development is going on. And yeah, Nova went to bed without crying. The baby went to bed without crying. And I feel bad, but I do not feel as bad as I did last night and this morning. I think that the worst of it is over. Like, my throat does not hurt as much. My ears do not hurt as much. It's all like, I sound worse, I think, but it's not as bad. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful this is the end. I have some sort of weird thing on my toe now too. Like, it's always something, isn't it? Not the one I broke, mind you. I like stubbed my toe earlier this week, and I didn't even really notice it, but it cracked the toenail at the tip. So I like trimmed my nail, but I had to trim it really, really short because the nail was broken. And now it's like the side on my big toe is all red and puffy. And I'm like, ugh, of course it is. So I soaked it in some Epsom salt. Like, can we just have like a normal, no one's sick, no injuries, no bleeding, nothing. Just a normal week. I would love that. I love that for me. Or I would love it for me if it were happening. So, anyways, I should call it a night because I am worn out. And I should go do my stretches. Must do pelvic floor stretches. That's what I'm going to do. I am telling you, the internet. I am going to do my pelvic floor stretches before bed because I am committed to helping my body heal. And I will see y'all in the morning. And I really hope that you got some wonderful crafting time in today, or some family time, or something that just filled your cup. I got to hang out with Josiah a little bit for about an hour after both babies were asleep, and it was soul-filling. I feel like we've just been ships passing in the night for weeks trying to keep everything together in this house. So it was really, really good to just spend time with him. And it's really good to spend time with you. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye, friends.